Would you be surprised if I told you that the average American household consumes 30 pounds of bananas per year? We don't really think much about bananas, right? They're there. They're decent. They're healthy. We like them, but we don't love them, right? You don't walk into your buddy's house and be like, "Oh, bananas, can I get one of them?" We're here in the middle of a banana patch, and I grow about a dozen different varieties. And I guarantee you, if you sunk your teeth into some of these varieties, you would go from a banana liker to a banana lover. But there's another tip I can give you. Of that 30 pounds of bananas the average American household eats in a year, 99.9% of those bananas are all the same variety. It's called a Cavendish. And that Cavendish variety has not been cultivated for flavor. It's cultivated for its hardiness, for its, its agricultural purposes, for its ability to grow fast and survive long trips in boats so it can make it to the supermarket and make it to your kitchen. They're a decent banana, but they're not a delicious banana. And the other problem is the average American consumer does not let that banana ripen. They buy the banana when it's green at the market, they take it home. As soon as it starts to show the first little signs of yellow, they peel that thing open and try to eat it, but it's dry and it's flavorless, but they suck it down anyway. Then 2 days later, your fruit's truly ripe. It's got little brown speckles on it. It's really sweet. You can taste it. And what do most people do? Yuck! And they throw it in the garbage. You're missing out on the opportunity to eat your banana at its most delicious. And frankly, most people do this with all fruit. They buy it at the supermarket, they come home and put it right in the refrigerator where it never ripens. When I pick my avocados and I got to ship them to New York, Chicago, California, what have you, we put them in a big giant chiller. Why? Because that slows the ripening process. We don't want our fruit to ripen before it gets to market. Well, once it's at market and in your house, you don't need to stop that ripening process. And if you put fruit in your fridge, it will never ripen and it will never taste its sweetest. Now, a quick little lesson on bananas. These things want to grow. This guy right here, I found in my garden in a bunch of mint. I planted some mint and out of the middle sprouted a banana tree. I think what happened was when I threw my mulch in there was a little piece of banana and it actually sprouted into a tree. Now I have no idea what kind of variety this is, but I put it in a pot. When it's a little bigger, I'll put it in the ground. And 2 years from now, I'll be harvesting bananas from it. This, on the other hand, is a specimen I bought at a banana farm. It's actually a family who grow and sell banana trees and grow and sell bananas. And this is called a Nam Wa. I think they told me it's like a very sweet tasting banana out of like South Asia or something like that. I really don't remember. But like most things I do in life, I'm not an expert on bananas, but I do know the 3 or 4 things I need to know in order to be able to grow them. Banana comes from a banana plant. We've all seen banana plants. They got the big like elephant ear looking leaves, right? And it takes about 15 to 18 months for a plant to mature and put out a bunch of bananas. But before it does that, it also reproduces and puts out a little shoot, as you could see here. See that little point growing out of the ground? That's a little banana shoot. And the reason this tree puts out that shoot before he gives his bunch of bananas is, sadly, once this guy gives me his bananas, he's done. He's never going to produce bananas again, so I got to come out and cut it down. But when I cut it down, all the nutrients that are going to this big tree will start going into this little guy, and the little guy will take its place. And as you see here, these bananas grow in clumps, in clusters. And that's exactly how they accomplish that. You plant one, it puts its shoots out, it gives you fruit, you cut the fruit, and then you have more shoots growing, and before you know it, you have a whole patch of bananas. Now, for every clump of bananas I have, I will let 2 or 3 of those shoots grow naturally and continue to widen the clump. Anything over that, I cut out and I pot and I put somewhere else in the farm. Or I give them to people or whatever, but I don't want to have too many all, fighting for the soil, the fertilizer, the light, the water, that sort of thing in any one spot, because I want all that energy to go into my plant and up into the fruit so I get a nice big bunch of bananas. The nice thing about bananas is these plants want to grow. They want to live, they want to thrive, they want to produce fruit. And as a grower, I need to do 3 main things. I need to clear out the obstacles that are in the way of their growth. In 2017, we had a hurricane come through here, knock a bunch of trees down. You couldn't even walk 2 steps behind me here. This was just a giant clump of hardwood. I had to get back in there with a chainsaw and remove all those obstacles and allow the sunlight to shine in. I had to remove the obstacles out of the way in order for these trees to grow. That's number one. Number two, I need to provide the resources they need to thrive. They need good soil, so I provide fertilizer. They need a lot of water, so I installed an irrigation system. They need sunlight, so I make sure that other trees don't grow over and block out the light. And if they've got the right nutrition, water, and sunlight, they will thrive. The third thing I need to do is protect them from harm, right? If I come out here and I see there's some type of insect munching away at the leaves or some type of fungus or something like that, right? I can come out here and spray or treat or cut or do whatever I need to do to protect my trees from harm. For the past 90 days, I've been doing exactly those three things, and these banana plants behind me are starting to flourish. In fact, I got a bunch in pots. I got a bunch I already started planting in other parts of the farm. And in about another year, this effort will bear fruit. Literal fruit that I will be eating in banana bread, in shakes, and in all kinds of other recipes. So before I go, I just want to remind you of two things. The first, stop putting your fruit in the fridge. Give it a try, at least one time. If you don't like it, you can always go back to putting your fruit in your fridge and ruining it, right? But come home, set it on a counter, give it a couple days to ripen, eat it, and you'll be thanking me for it. And the second thing, if you like this t-shirt and you want to help out a small businessman, go to guacfarm.com, GUACFARM.com. Get yourself a shirt, get one for your friends, I'll appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next video.